Oh.
That was whistling because you were coming my way. Hope my phone doesn't die because the speech is on the phone. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I am Jacqueline, Jessica's oldest sister. I'm honored to be her matron of honor on her very special day. I refer to her as Marie, which is her middle name. As I started to construct my speech, I thought of the few roles I played in her life. First as a mother, because I'm 7 years older. Then as an oldest sister. Lastly, as a friend. She may tell you that I tortured her when she was little. I beg to differ. I would say that my intentions were simply to prepare her for the real world, to accept the ups and downs, the hardships that she may face in life, and I feel that it's made her into the strong person she is today. So with that said, here's some of our favorite childhood stories. Number 1. I protected her from supernatural spirits when she was only 5 years old. Casper, the not-so-friendly ghost, lived above our attic bedroom in the city of Chicago. She knew that she could count on me to keep her safe and live to see another day. The truth, my husband said, is that I just couldn't fall asleep at night, and I decided that I would fabricate stories to freak her out. Number 2, I also educated her on how ingesting watermelon seeds would cause her stomach to swell and lead to an emergency room visit. The truth, if I was bored, I just found it as an opportunity to mess with her. Number 3, Jessica had a chia pet, which she religiously watered each and every day. I explained to her that those darn chia pets could sometimes just suddenly go bald, despite all efforts to turn it into a beautiful plant. The truth? She waited several long weeks for her plant to bud, and once it did, I took a pair of scissors to it and cut it just before she got home from school. Number 4, I helped her quit sucking her thumb, and I independently took her teddy bear and ripped the nose off while my mom's back was turned toward us. The truth? She would always walk around with the teddy bear just like this, and I decided to put it out of its misery. My mom would always say, "Now Jacqueline would not do that," as she cried right in front of my mom. I remember vividly the fun times we spent together when you'd come to visit me in college. From water fights with the hose inside the dorm, to rollerblading and jogging on campus, and watching fun movies together on an uncomfortable futon as we had ramen noodles and stovetop stuffing because I was on a budget. Let's not forget about the time you drove me to the hospital while in labor with Morgan, and we got into an argument for 45 minutes. But with all that said, Marie, you and I shall continue to support each other in all of our crazy endeavors. And I'm not talking about crazy with marrying that cute guy over there in only 5 months, but I will continue to support you as you jump into Lake Michigan in freezing temperatures to support special needs, and you'll be at the finish line for all my crazy races. Justin, we're excited to officially welcome you to our crazy family. Anyone who spends a minute with you two, we see the sparkle in your eyes. We know you two are meant to be. 2 peas in a pod. You balance each other out. Bring happiness to each other's lives. Let me speak for everyone here today when I say that we are excited to see what the future holds for Mr. and Mrs. Justin Walsh. I'm not
capture. I have to capture her crying because it doesn't happen often.
What God has joined together, let no man separate. In closing, I'd like to share a quote I read on Pinterest, a very valuable source. Marriage is a gift from God to you. The quality of your marriage is the gift you give back to Him. I know you won't disappoint us. We love you all. Cheers.
Very good.
Ben, you ready? Where's Ben?
Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dashing Benjamin Walsh.
You want him in the chair? Have him sit in the chair.
Thank you, everybody. Justin, stay away from me. I don't need this.
Okay. He's gonna
You
dance.
definitely don't need tissues.
Oh, I have some.
Prepped and ready, aren't we? All right. First of all, thanks for everybody coming out here. Like, can we get a little round of a hand for this wedding? All right. All right, sure. In case you hadn't already guessed, I'm Justin's little brother. I'm the upgrade, if you will. Consider me the masterpiece, and he's the rough sketch. And rough is the operative word there. I think it really says a lot about someone who asks their sibling to be their best man. And I mostly think that it says, I have no friends. So I'm glad to feel listening. I first met Justin about 24 years ago. He must have been a little crazy, because I can't really remember the first 2 years at all.
You puked a lot.
Did I? I heard that about you, too. Growing up with Justin, or JR, or JR at the time, was a perfect blend of everything you would expect it to be with everything you would not expect it to be. For instance, I don't think that I've ever met a more genuine and well-respected and resilient and altogether charismatic human being in my life before. Likewise, I've never met anybody that's tried to lure me into a cardboard box and push it down the stairs. There's that. One thing I've come to admire most about Justin, though, is his spontaneity. If anybody knows Justin, he's a rather spontaneous person. You just can't keep him from doing basically anything. If he wants to buy a motorcycle and a shotgun and give himself the poofiest dreadlocks his curly hair can manage, then you just sit back and watch him be the best redneck version of Sideshow Bob that there's ever been. Because there's no stopping this one. And if he wants to blockade you into your room with half of the living room furniture and his mattress just because, then you just kind of have to admit defeat and sit there. But yeah, that's what I love about Justin, is that he always finds a way to surprise you. Take this wedding, for instance. I bet 1 month ago, none of you thought you'd be sitting in our backyard. And here you are, who knows where, and thank you for that.
Amen!
Jessica, I do honestly hope that you were not looking for someone to settle down with and grow old with. Because you just found a guy that's going to keep you on your toes and take you on unexpected adventures and launch you into the rest of your life. And speaking of launching, never play circus with him unless you are looking to break a couple bones. Just a tip, just an idea. And also trust him. If he says something is scary, or no, rather, if he says something is not scary, trust him, because it's horrifying. Honestly, I'll never forget one night when I was 11 years old. I was, little 11-year-old Ben, I couldn't sleep, so I leave my bedroom, and Justin was still up at the time. So luckily he looked after me, and he was a great, charismatic, caring older brother for me. So he put on a movie for me to watch and, calm down to. Resident Evil. To this day, I still fear that elevators are going to chop me in half. Good Lord. Justin and I have been everything together. We've been roommates, we've been enemies, we've been musicians and artists, We've been actors, we've been bandits, we have been angels and hellraisers, chefs, philosophers, mentors, and coaches. But one thing we've never been is separated. And that's one thing I love. Distance and time have been a burden as of the past 2 years, but I've known that he's always there for me. But now, as of today, we have something new that we've never had to deal with before. And I'm very happy to say that we aren't separated, we've been augmented. So thank you, and I welcome you to the family. So grab your drinks, everyone. I've got mine. So here's to Justin and Jessica. May they forever remember the love that they've seen today and that they carry that love with them for one another until forever. To Justin and Jessica.
Ha ha.